What's up everyone? We're playing around with the Ghost Kitten today. I have not gotten to play with it just yet, so we're doing that today. I've seen a couple of videos on it, so I had a couple of ideas on what I wanted to do with it, so I'd hope that you have fun today. The idea is going to be to put a blueberry, which you can see in the shop right now, onto a ghost kitten. In case you don't know, by the way, the Ghost Kitten's ability is to take up to 9 damage less from abilities, so it's basically like having a permanent potato on itself, and when you put a blueberry on it, it will focus all of the enemy's abilities onto itself. So what that results in is like you have a bullet sponge which can absorb tons of damage from snipes, and hopefully that can neutralize some opponents and result in some fun rounds. But for now we actually get to face a Ghost Kitten on the opponent. It's not too strong, as you can see. We get to win against it because we have an anteater, but we do finally get a Ghost Kitten overall on the team. I honestly thought this unit would be super strong when it initially came out, but I guess I was mistaken. Like in the early game, the player pool does not have many abilities that snipe the enemy units, and in the late game you have stuff like the Leopard and the Sleipnir that deal tons of damage in one singular snipe, so that means that the ability is mostly obsolete, unfortunately. But in the mid game it can be pretty fun to play around with. You can see I am taking an Anubis, and the hope there was that I could pick up multiple hedgehogs and put pineapples on them, and then the Ghost Kitten would take 0 damage from that. Fun fact, by the way, in the mid game it also has protection against the pepper, which can be commonly found on a deer or tar, so you do have some extra benefits there as we freeze a pineapple, hoping to find a hedgehog eventually. Currently the Anubis only works with the spider, and even that synergy is not perfect because the unit is going to fly off the screen. But I don't think the Anubis is going to stick around until the end of the run, like only the Ghost Kitten will remain out of these units, I believe. For now we are getting to face off against another Ghost Kitten. I don't know what it is with the matchups, like every time I use a very specific unit to go for a fun build, I also get matched up against that same unit. I don't know if it's nefarious matchmaking or what, but I thought it was a pretty funny coincidence at the very least. We pick up a Poodle right here because it's going to help scale up the team. I'm also taking a Weasel for the extra gold generation. Currently we have a tier 2, a tier 3 and a tier 4 as well, so we're getting 3/4 out of the efficiency of the Poodle. Here you can see, by the way, one of the disadvantages of the Ghost Kitten: it does not block the health reduction effects like the skunk and the perk food, which is the durian, I believe. So yeah, it's not perfect, but I don't think it should be. It's only a tier 2 unit after all. We are rolling for some units that we can hopefully pick up, but at the end of the day I don't think I'm going to like anything that I see. It's not a big deal though, because we have a couple of nice tier 5 and 6 units that we can include, as we very funnily match up against another Ghost Kitten team. I really don't know what's up with the matchmaking. I think this is not going to be the end of them either. But yeah, we're going to focus on getting the level up on the scaling unit in the Poodle. And thankfully we do find the second chocolate, and we also find an elephant seal. I did sell the Weasel right there because now we have a unit of each tier, and therefore we get full efficiency out of the Poodle. I don't think Anubis is going to stay around either because it's not contributing to the team in any sort of way, but for now at least hopefully it does something. We get to lose here, unfortunately. They had better stats and also a Sleipnir, but at least we get to pick up a Nurikabe, which is a pretty similar unit to the Ghost Kitten, so I thought that I really wanted to get these two in a team together and hopefully enjoy countering builds that deal a lot of damage in very small snipes. Here unfortunately I think this will be yet another loss because they just have an insane amount of stats. A lot of people are running this Chupacabra plus Hippocampus team, which is to be expected. It is a pretty decent team, but I don't really enjoy going up against it. It's not super fun. Whatever the case though, we will continue scaling up. We have triple buffs from the Elephant Seal. The Poodle will contribute a fourth one. Let's see what we match up against on this turn. Another big lump of stats. They also have a couple of summons as well, but I don't think it's going to be good enough anymore as we have scaled up sufficiently. And yeah, now that we can also have access to equipment, I think we will be all good. It's kind of difficult to play around with the Elephant Seal sometimes, like you have to debate over giving the stake to it or giving it to another unit that could potentially use it. But I do greed a little bit with the stats right here, and I think it's going to be just fine because we face a low stat team right here. Let's continue scaling up on this turn. A pineapple, a gingerbread man, and maybe a Nurikabe as well. And actually, because we had both an avocado last turn, we have 3 extra gold, so we can get another purchase in. Let's take a look if we win against this team or not. I think we're very strong right now, so maybe we do. Yep, you can see right here another application of the Ghost Kitten not working against a skunk. But it's fine because actually a very fun run is coming up, and I really hope you enjoyed this. I even made this into a short. You'll see shortly what I am talking about. Just take a look at this matchup right here. So they have a level 3 Wolf plus Kitsune plus Wolverine that is in theory going to deal tons of damage to the enemy, but because we have a Ghost Kitten plus a Nurikabe, we get away totally unscathed without even a single unit dying. That was the highlight of the run right there, and it was the sole reason that I decided to post this full video. But yeah, the run itself ended up being pretty fun. We have a lot of damage reducing units. It's also going to result in the ribbon of the Ghost Kitten if we end up winning 2 more times, which I think we should. Kind of an unfortunate math right there, but I think we're just fine because we just overwhelm them with the amount of stats that we have. And this is going to be the final turn. Ghost Kitten hitting 50-50 stats. Unfortunately, we do not roll double perks right here, but I think we'll be just fine. And yeah, this is going to be the build. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.